And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back with more. It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Phoenix Suns against the Memphis Grizzlies here in FedEx Forum. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Looking at the starting five for the Phoenix Suns. Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. And it's Oubre in at the small forward. And for Memphis, Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Kyle Anderson is out there with Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Clark in at the small forward position. We're looking forward to the center matchup tonight, Doris. What do you expect to see from these guys inside?
Well, I think there's a requisite physicality in there, certainly. At the same time, there are greater demands on big men, Kevin, than we have ever seen before. Yes, they have to be rim protectors. Yes, they have to control the paint. But now those bigs are asked to defend in space, to guard on the perimeter. Kevin, you know this. That's a tall task.
Now here's Booker over Brooks. No good from Booker.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Back to Clark. Memphis moving that ball around. Here's Anderson. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Oubre. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Taylor Jenkins and I shared a few minutes together. He talked about the impact of Devin Booker, adding, he's one of the most capable offensive weapons in the league. A shooter, a scorer, and now becoming a great playmaker. He can punish you for sending help. I don't know, Kevin. I still think that's better than watching him put up 60 against you.
Thank you, David. So it's Phoenix now, following the score by Memphis. Tries again. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
How about the wingspan of Kelly Oubre? He won't outmuscle you for rebounds, but he might outreach you.
The Suns shooting their first free throw of the night.
The physical gifts for Kelly Oubre. 6'7", but with a 7'2" wingspan. He's a terrific leaper, and he's got great potential defensively.
Now here's Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Portland.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing. Well, if it's possible for a #1 overall pick to go under the radar, then I think that's what you'd say about DeAndre Ayton last year. Doncic stole the headlines, certainly, but DeAndre Ayton had a big-time start to his career.
Anderson finds Brooks. Here's Clark. Plays it up and banks it in.
You gotta know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Now here's Booker. 29 points for him last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboard. What a complete game for this guy.
And the numbers that Ayton put up as a rookie, very impressive.
Well, DeAndre Ayton said the lack of attention didn't bother him at all. This guy showed he can be a focal point on both ends, and he's only going to get better with more repetition.
They get it back. For Phoenix, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Booker, good on the shot. Booker's got 6 points.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Morant with it. Pass to Anderson. Down low. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. Fourth, the Suns.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, the drive by Rubio. Here's Ayton. That one goes in. Ayton's got his second bucket tonight.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
But I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Valanciunas, good.
Well, Kevin, it takes great confidence in catch-and-shoot situations, and you can see how comfortable Valanciunas is in that opportunity.
The drive by Booker. The rebound by Anderson.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Morant dishes to Valanciunas. To the paint. And Morant gets it to go on the assist from Valanciunas.
Even though he's smaller, Morant does not lack assertiveness, which comes in handy down low.
Here's Rubio. That shot off the mark, and it's Memphis the other way. Here's Anderson, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And out of UCLA, forward Kyle Anderson. Some call him slow-mo. Why is that?
Well, I mean, not the most athletic player. It's his size and IQ for the game, though, that makes him so effective.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And a change for the Suns. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Saric. Free throw, good, Anderson. And it's Rubio with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. And Booker kicks to Rubio. Here's Ayton. They can't stop the run with that one.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
And the Suns miss again. Looking at Memphis, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Trailblazers. Anderson can't get it to go.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Here's Booker. 6 points for him. Over Morant. Wow, unbelievable.
Can't do it much better than that right before the clock expires.
What a way to seize momentum. Can it carry over into the next quarter? Beautifully done.
And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
An impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Suns. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Ayton is out there with Aaron Baines. And it's Payne at the 1.
Well, you can see that Gorgie Shang takes that long frame and adds tons of muscle. Now able to weather the contact.
Now here's Ayton. Low block shot on the way. And he drops it in from the low post. Ayton's got his third bucket of the night. A lot of players have taken their game to another level. A lot of improvement they've done individually. Any surprises that have caught your eye, Doris, over the years?
Yeah, I would say probably maybe the greatest single individual leap I've ever seen is by the reigning most improved player, and that's Pascal Siakam. Couldn't get in the rotation consistently in the postseason, and then became such an integral part of an NBA championship team. Kemba Walker, who is an all-star caliber player, all-NBA level guy, continues to stay in the lab and keep improving. So a ton of guys, Domantas Sabonis, another young big who's been incredible. Just great to see guys progress.
Here's Jones. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. Winslow finds Jackson with the fadeaway. Here's Jang. Bucket is good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Booker the pass to Bridges. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Passes it to Ayton. Over Jang. Another one falls for Phoenix.
Well, you want to see DeAndre Ayton seek out the contact on the interior. Boy, he's a big-time talent.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Jones up top. Right wing. Shoots. Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Zhang.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Now here's Booker. 10 points for him. Rebound by Zhang. The Grizzlies have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Jones looking for an opening. Zhang, no luck. For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And all the tools that made DeAndre Ayton the top pick in the 2018 draft already, Doris, on display at the start of his NBA career.
You know what, Kevin? People wanted to knock DeAndre Ayton for his defense, which wasn't horrific, but they forgot about all the things he can do. Let's remember, he's a great screener in the pick and roll. He can shoot from range. He's got incredible instincts with an incredible physicality to his game. Don't talk about the defense. Ayton too good on the offensive end.
Here's Payne, following the score by Memphis. Booker, right side. Knocks down the step back J. Booker's got 12 in the game.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Outside, Jones. Here's Melton, defended by Booker. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And here are the Suns now, following the score by Memphis. Here's Ayton. Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in. Ayton's got 6 points in the quarter. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Pass to Melton. On the wing, Jackson. 5 to shoot. And there's the pass to Melton. Rejected by Booker. And he recovers it. Jones, no luck.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
For 3, Booker. Here's Ayton. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Suns lead by 2. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Devin Booker putting in some incredible work. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. multiple times we saw the bench cheering him on in the first 2 quarters of this one. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
I was surprised at how comfortable they seemed here on the road. The hostile crowd, that didn't bother them at all. And I want to see if they can keep that up in the second half.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Well, I'll tell you what I saw in the first half, Ernie. 3 things. Soft defense, not enough pressure, but they can still win this game. They need to ramp it up. Is that 2 or 3? Doesn't matter. You understand that.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joel, what up?
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You gotta like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession.
And one thing that's been plaguing the Suns for years, undisciplined play.
Greg, I think that shows up most typically in your bottom of the league in turnovers and personal fouls, both categories 7 years running. When you're at a competitive disadvantage in terms of talent and experience, you can't afford to make those mistakes.
Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Kyle Anderson is out there with Clark, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Ayton against Valanciunas. Ayton kicks to Rubio. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Of course, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person, even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
Good on the second free throw.
That's so much that Rubio gives you. The last thing that has to come to me is the range shooting.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Ayton against Valanciunas. Brooks with no one around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love, Greg, is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Rubio, the pass to Ayton. Count that bucket. Ayton's got 12 in the game.
Boy, that's the vision and ability to deliver precise passes. Rubio completely on point.
Here's Brooks. Valanciunas trying to free himself up, and Brooks gets it to go.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Booker against Brooks. Now here's Booker, guarded close. Stolen by Anderson for the lead. That one misses. Some solid defense from Šarić. And here's Booker from the arc. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
How about that? Impressive range from Devin Booker. Tremendous touch. When you think back to after the trade from Philadelphia, Dario Šarić had a hard time getting settled in with Minnesota. They started him in a bench role, and it wasn't until he became a starter that you saw his productivity increase.
Shot clock at 3. Grant. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Morant's got the game tied up here for Memphis. And for the Suns, they're shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting on all cylinders. Oubre, right side. It's rebounded by Memphis. And Doris with Saric coming off the bench is something he's done in the past. But he had better results as a starter last season.
It would appear to me he is much more comfortable as a starter. His shot seems to come a little bit easier. The floor spacing this young man provides is a huge plus for his team. Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Morant dishes to Clark. Kicks it to Morant. Now here's Valanciunas. They grab their own miss. Fades and shoots off the left rim and out.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Oubre, good.
Yeah, this is one thing about Kelly Oubre. I know he's thin, but there's a wiry strength to him. He's able to take the hit and complete it.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's foul number 2 for him. Grizzlies making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. And so here's Memphis, trailing by 2. 1:06 left here in the third quarter. On the wing, Jackson. Baseline J on the way. Here's Valanciunas. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for the Phoenix Suns. On Saturday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Allen's checked in. The Suns shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
The free throw drops for Kaminsky. Jones checked in for Memphis. There's 49 seconds left in the third. Feeds to Payne. Stolen by Jackson. Jones against Carter. Here's Allen. That shot off. The Suns go the other way with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Carter against Jones. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. Back to Carter. He kicks to Kaminsky. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. And the Suns lead by 5.
The defense making it way too easy for him on that jump shot. He'll take that all night.
The Grizzlies shooting their 2nd and 3rd free throws tonight.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And the first one drops.
2 shots.
And so Jones nails both of them. Carter outside, over Jones, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go a long way between a W or an L.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Suns ahead. They lead by 5. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Here is Carter. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. You've got Payne. Johnson is out there with Aaron Baines. Then there's Carter, and it's Kaminsky in at the center position. Johnson for 3, and Valanciunas pulls it down. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Winslow. Dishes it to Valanciunas. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Valanciunas has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Grizzlies. Carter looking around. And Baines kicks to Kaminsky. Here's Johnson. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Johnson's got his first basket of the night.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
Allen outside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
2 shots.
Shoot 2.
That free throw good from Allen. He hits both from the stripe.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Johnson outside. Pass to Payne. Here's Baines. Inside. And the basket by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Carter against Jones. Pass to Jackson. And here is Allen. Shoots the 3. It's good from long range.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Timeout called, the Suns. With some changes. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Clark comes in for Justice Winslow. And it's Morant in for Tyus Jones. And the Suns here with a different look. Saric is checked in for Kaminsky. Kelly Oubre comes in for Johnson. Booker, he's checked in for Payne. And Ricky Rubio is subbed in for Carter. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I had a chance to listen to what Monty Williams discussed with his players. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
Buries the long-range jumper. 18 points for Devin Booker.
Devin Booker with the big shot. He may be young, but he's got big-time game.
Now Morant. Over Rubio. Jeffa goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Morant.
No stranger to big moments. Morant wants to be the man to take and make the big shot.
For 3, Booker, an absolute bomb from 3-point range. Booker's got a pair of 3s here in the 4th quarter for the Suns. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're trailing by 6. There's 1:54 left to play in the final quarter. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Devin Booker.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. And that speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball.
We've got 1:48 left in the game. The kick out to Anderson. Pass to Clark. Brooks against Booker. 6 to shoot. Morant with it. Anderson wide open. That 3 off the mark.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Brooks against Booker. Little turnaround. Rubio, the pass to Oubre. Here's Booker. Saric trying to break free. On the wing, Booker. Brooks covering. Booker with no one around. Another one falls for Phoenix.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
And now we've got the intentional foul. Valanciunas, who's checked in for Jaren Jackson. Ayton, he's checked in for Phoenix. And he commits the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6.
Sometimes picking after number 10 is just fine. The 13th pick in 2016, Devin Booker, one of the brightest young guards in the NBA today.
It's showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're trailing by 7. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's the floater. Phoenix grabs the miss. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Phoenix can just let the clock run down here. So the Suns win it. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew.